the Living Knowledge Network. And our two speakers who are going to present that for us in this short case study are Rhian Isaac, who is from Leeds Library in the UK, and Krisztina Lackoi, who is from the British Library based in London. So I'm hoping that we will be able to invite. Yes, wonderful. We have some people joining us. So hello, lovely to meet you. Rhian, super. Are you going to start us off? And welcome very much to the BANG webinar, both of you.
Thank you so much for having us. Kristina's actually going to start us off today. Thank you, Krisztina.
Yes, that's right. I hope you can hear me. Thank you very much for the invitation, and it's going to be a two-hander. So I'll give you a general overview of the Living Knowledge Network, and Rhian will talk about the Leeds examples. So let me just see if I can, hope you can all see that. Excellent, thank you very much. So the Living Knowledge Network, who are we, what are we? We're a unique UK-wide partnership of national and public libraries created by the British Library to explore new ways of working across the country for libraries. We've been going for several years now, and actually there was quite a long pilot period, and Leeds have been with us right from the outset and have been doing really amazing work. We're a very small team, 5 members of staff, and just to talk a little bit about finances, by now the core staff based at the British Library are financed by the BL from our business as usual funding, and we operate on a subscription-based model. So all of our partners pay a small annual membership, which covers production costs. So that's just, I know that the question always comes up, so I thought I would anticipate that. This is a map of the UK, and it speaks much more eloquently than I ever could of the huge national reach of our network. And we're very proud that this includes Libraries National Northern Ireland, and all the way down to the island of Jersey, including Scottish partners as well. Something to mention here is that each library partner service may have anything from 10 branch libraries all the way up to 100, and it's quite a unique and complex public library landscape in the UK in terms of ownership structure, a rural service versus more of an urban service. So it's really sort of quite a complex and very interesting landscape that we're navigating. Our aims are to work collaboratively to share the UK's national heritage. So the British Library being the UK's national library, our work is the national part of it. We're here to support libraries to meaningfully connect with their communities and to expand access to inspiring experiences through libraries. And there's a, excuse me. And there's also an advocacy role for the library sector in general. We've got 3 main strands of activity. There's a live events program whereby we live stream events from the British Library across the network. There's also a training and skill sharing program. So we have monthly webinars that are completely free of charge to not only public libraries, but the wider GLAM sector in the UK, and an annual Living Knowledge Network panel exhibition, which is where I come in and I coordinate that strand of our program. So Living Knowledge Network exhibitions, what are they? The best way I can describe it is we take one of the exhibitions in the main British Library St Pancras site and we turn a 3D embodied experience into a 2-dimensional flat pack panel experience. So we produce a short visual and text-based version of the exhibition. You can see here these exhibitions are broken down into 4 sets of 3 panels, which are sent to all of our partners simultaneously to the main exhibition opening in London. These are flat packed and assemble into these triangular, pretty robust units, which we call Toblerones because they look like giant Toblerones. And here you see an example from our current exhibition, Fantasy Realms of Imagination, and Rhian will talk in more detail about that. The beauty of this model is that the panels are the basic content, and we invite all our library partners to add their own material and showcase their own collections and tell those local stories around whatever particular theme we have. Here is an example of the fantasy panel exhibition in action in Birmingham Central Library. Some library services don't have any resources to add their own displays, and that's absolutely fine. The exhibitions are designed to be standalone, and some libraries, as you'll hear from Leeds, really go to town and add an entire season of events and additional displays around the core content. I should add that normally we don't send out objects alongside the panel exhibitions, so it's purely this sort of very robust cardboard material that we send out. For fantasy, we're constantly experimenting with new techniques to be more interactive and to invite visitor participation. So for the first time, we were able to create a magnetized panel and invite visitor responses to 2 basic questions of what does fantasy mean to you and how do you take part in fantasy worlds. We've designed special comment cards that we've sent out to our partners as part of the exhibition pack, and you'll hear more about this. This has been just so phenomenal to see the responses, and we're now collecting them and trying to figure out how to incorporate these into our evaluation process. And something else that we provide alongside the physical exhibition is a whole pack of marketing assets. Here you see the some Instagram templates that the British Library's in-house team designs. We also clear some images for marketing use and provide this entire pack to all of our partners, just to tap into the BL's own resources there. Impact. I'm only going to say a few words about this because I'm already running over time. Our previous exhibition was an exhibition called Chinese and British, which focused on the British Chinese community in the UK. It's a very long and rich history of over 300 years. Here you can see the panel exhibitions alongside display cabinets in Liverpool. It was hugely popular. And on the island of Jersey, we had a 2-week-long festival around Lunar New Year. It was the first time the island did anything like it. And again, it was so popular that part of the legacy of that exhibition will be a rerunning of Lunar New Year festivities in coming years. Just some stats. So the panel exhibition, Chinese and British, was shown in 63 venues, 2 of which were secondary schools, but most of them were public libraries up and down the country. And we know that over 730,000 people visited the exhibition, with another few thousand attending the events, including the live streamed events. We know that 15 of our partners added their own displays to the panels, and almost half of those were co-curated with local community organizations. the exhibitions also give a really great excuse for libraries to add specific stock to their collections. And in the case of 2 archives, we know that there were gaps in the archives telling those stories of British Chinese communities with photos and other material collected off the back of that. We had 21 Lunar New Year events across the network. It was a real national moment of celebration, and we're very pleased that a very large number of our partners plan to rerun events in early 2024 when we're ushering in the Year of the Dragon.
Krisztina, I'm going to have to jump in. Sorry, you're almost out of time, and I'm aware that Rhian hasn't spoken yet. So
yes,
yeah, if you could.
Thank you. I'll end on this slide because this is the real heart of the matter. We know that visitors who come to our exhibition don't engage with any other form of culture, and we also know that people from low socioeconomic backgrounds and others who experience barriers to accessing culture, whether it's through geography or some of the other factors we've heard, do come to their public libraries and enjoy the exhibition. But this is where I'm going to hand over to Rhian, who'll talk about fantasy in Leeds. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Hopefully you can see me. Can you see the slides? So just going to really whiz through these. So I've been curating the LKN exhibitions in Leeds for around 5 years, so with 5 exhibitions, and we're attracting around 7,000 to each of these. The first was quite a whirlwind one with Harry Potter: A History of Magic, and that created such a buzz from the network, from the British Library through to everyone else. This is the first time that we'd really extensively displayed our own collections alongside different objects. And what worked really well is that we could actually replicate some of the objects within the British Library and share them with our local audiences. Our exhibitions normally take place in our event space, which you can see on the left. But for this one, due to some refurbishment work, we decided to disperse it throughout the building, which worked really well. Also, a key part of our programming work as part of the exhibitions is commissioning new artistic work. And this has been really well received with local artists creating beautiful artworks inspired by our collections. These artists usually have a big social media following, which also increases a really diverse audience to come to the library. And then just some examples of engagement that we've done throughout all of these different exhibitions, whether it's panel events, talks, we even did an interactive quest using the Action Bound app designed by a university student as well. And we've also been very lucky in attracting some really amazing media attention as part of this exhibition. And this has really boosted non-visitors to come to the library. But I just want to finish because I know we're running out of time, that all this just wouldn't be possible without being part of the Living Knowledge Network. It's really given us a unique opportunity to draw inspiration from the British Library's exhibitions and also showcase our own collections. And the ability to share assets and resources is particularly important when finances are so challenging for public libraries at the moment. And this has really encouraged us to think about how we can create our own interesting, innovative experiences that are inspired by the British Library, but are tailored to our own communities using our own collections. And just to finish off very quickly with some feedback from some primary school children. The Dragons were a massive hit, but I was really pleased to see that they really enjoyed coming to see the library and the really old books as well. Thank you.